there, this is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 20 episode of MUT Market Watch. Our first episode on a Saturday. We took a couple weeks off, but we're back, and I said in this previous videos, we decided to move this series over to Saturdays because it makes the most sense. The market is the most active. It usually tanks on Saturdays. We usually get big promos on Fridays, which affects the market on Saturdays and with Legends out as well. Again, it just makes the most sense. I was always kind of chasing my tail when I put it out on Sundays and giving you guys, information and prices on cards that have started to creep back up in price. So here we are. Let's talk about it, man. The market certainly has crashed. It's gone up a little bit, but last night was certainly a time to buy. Shout outs to everybody that came through the live stream last night. A lot of people sending me tweets and leaving comments that they had a good time and enjoyed it. And prices were down, and it was a little bit shocking to me that training was so cheap because there was already so much training in circulation from all the grants. So typically you might think, like, when a lot of free coins are in the market, prices are going to go down. And it's typically the opposite because there's so many people buying and spending that cards are getting bought quick, and then there's less cards on the auction house, which means people can kind of start pricing them a little bit higher. I thought the same thing would happen with all the free training in circulation, but it was not. And specifically yesterday, we saw a big tank in MUT Heroes 90 and 91 overall. So if you've been looking to build your team and add some of these cards to your squad, the prices are still really cheap. So I'm just going to do a very blanket search here. All offense 90, 91 MUT Heroes. You can get these for like 140, 145k. And then if you go down to like the 91 range, they're going for about 180, 185, 190. There's a Drew Brees for 186. Same on defense. And of course, you can filter down. I'm just kind of doing a more global search to show you guys that there's really good cards out there. Again, if you've been looking to build your team, now is the time to do it. Go pick up some of these cards. There's a Chris Harris Jr. for 181. A Bobby Wagner, I can't see the price because of my face cam, another 181. So check those out. And of course, legend prices are down as well today. So we did update the training point spreadsheet to kind of guide you through getting training. And we'll talk about why training is important right now. And as you can see on the spreadsheet, 87s at 54k, 29.03 coins for training point. 89s at about 95k. I saw like 489 overall Jerry Rice's for 95k as I was putting together and updating the spreadsheet. So if you can get 89s, I think Troy Aikman has an 89 out there that always goes for cheap on Legend Saturdays. Same thing happened last weekend. 90s at 140k, we just talked about that. 28.34 coins per training point, and then 91s at 185. We just saw the Wagner and the Chris Harris Jr. at 181. So I mean, if we just go ahead and quickly update that, right, we're taking a look at we'll just round up to 182 because it was 181 and change. That's 26.61 coins per training point. So as always, we say with this spreadsheet, don't try to get the values under my average cost section. Try to shoot for values below that. This is the average, most common, lowest price. But you can certainly take your time, 5-10 minutes on the auction house refreshing. You're going to find values lower than this. If you need a link to this spreadsheet, it is down below in the comment section. We also have a spreadsheet for the BATS currency that we're going to take a look at in a moment. But let's go back on over to the console now and take a look at some more pricing and whatnot. So we talk about how important training is right now. And a big reason that it is important is because, obviously you got a lot of power-ups and you want to be able to utilize training for that and put abilities on people. But this pack, and shout outs to everybody that may have watched my video this morning, accidentally put it out at 7 a.m. didn't plan to, but it still is getting a lot of love from you guys, so I appreciate it. But this pack right over here, 250 training for a 77 plus overall most feared, is really, you gotta have some luck. If you didn't see my video, I don't want to spoil it, go watch it. We put it out earlier today. But this pack is kind of money right now. So if you can get training really cheap and you got some coins to spend or some coins that you don't mind losing or investing in, go buy up some cheap training and just re-roll this pack over and over. If you were unaware, it is possible to pull 92 overalls, 88 overalls, 85s, 81s, and of course 77 and 79s. You can't pull Ray Lewis out of this pack, But if you get lucky and pull a 92, I mean, you're gonna be in the money. So very, very important to try to get some cheap training if you want to feel like opening up that pack. So let's jump back on over, and here is the bats spreadsheet. There is also a link for this down below in the description if you guys need it. Make sure you bookmark it, because every time I update it, you guys will see those updates. Don't mind where it says last updated was midnight. I updated it this morning. These are the most current prices, and as you can see, bats per training point, or I'm sorry, bats per coin, really low compared to training, obviously. So right now, the money move, if you're looking to acquire bats, is about 23k for 85 overalls. There's only like 4 or 5 of them out there. You do have to filter down a little bit to find them on the auction house. And then the next closest one is, 79s at 1.9k. You can find those cheaper. They're gonna go fast and you got to be quick. But 79s, you can probably find them at like 1.5, 1.4. Let's just kind of quickly update it here. Let's say if you get them at 1.4, that's 3.89 coins for training point. So I would definitely, there's gonna be a lot of them out there, so they're gonna be in large volumes. But if you can just spend an afternoon sniping 79 gold, most feared cards, Jacoby Brissett I think is one of them. It's a good way to make some coins. We'll update that to 1.8, not make coins but make bats. So why do you need bats? What's the purpose of having them? Well, obviously we have all these packs in here, and if you want to get a random 92 overall player, you can open up this pack. I think if you do the math, even though it's wasting your time, if you get all the items that you need to do a 92 set, so if we take a look at the 92 sets, you need like 45 of one thing and 55 of another. I don't know the splits off the top of my head. That will get you a 92 overall card of your choice. You get to do the set. If you do the math of all these that you need, it comes out a little bit cheaper than just opening up this pack, whereas this pack is a fantasy, or not a fantasy, but a random pack, and you might not get the one you want, whereas when you do the set with all these items, you can pick the one you want. The only problem is every time you buy it, you got to page over 4 times, and you only get to open up one at a time. For these, it's a fantasy pack, so then you got to make your decision every time. It's extremely annoying and tedious. I already sent out info to EA requesting, like, can we get a bundle for these? It'd be a bundle that you buy with bats, but just something where you can buy it in large quantities so you don't have to keep buying them one by one. I think that's a real turnoff from doing those sets, and it's just worth opening up this pack. So obviously you can spend your bats on these items, but what I'm doing, what I kind of said in my video earlier this morning is, I loaded up on, well, I didn't load up on training. I had a ton of training, right, from the customer service grants that happened yesterday, the make rights. I spent all that training on that 250 training point pack, and I got a boatload of most feared cards. Now, we got some good pulls out of there. We got a lot of golds, but what I've been doing with mine is quick selling the golds and taking the bats. So we have a little under 12,000 bats right now, but all of these elites, I'm hanging on to them. If we look back at that training point spreadsheet, 81, 7.5k, 85s, 23k, 88, 64k. Not bad pricing, not bad pricing. I could take a lot of coins right now if I wanted. I think with the number of training I have, number of bats that I have, let me quickly do it here. We'll go, I gotta make sure I'm not gonna actually quick sell them, but I do want to add up how much I have, and this is the easiest way to do it. I think I was somewhere around like 160,000 bats when I fake quick sold all of these items yesterday, but I think I pulled a couple more packs, so I might have more than I expected. Bear with me here, almost done. Last row, second to last row, I think. Nope, third to last row. Come on, there we go. So we have 171,250 bats. If you multiply that by 5, because bats are about 5 coins per training point, I think that's either a little bit above or very close to 1,000,000 coins. So I'm basically sitting on the value of about 1,000,000 coins in most feared cards that I could quick sell for bats and take the bats, or I can just hang on to them and sell them for coins. Now, the reason I'm hanging on to them, I mentioned this earlier, is that we know part 2 to this promo is coming up next week. I personally think we're going to get some really good cards, some better cards, some cards that are going to make this promo better, because let's be honest, the cards that have come out so far, there's like 2 or 3 that are good, but for the most part, they're lackluster. I think we might see guys like Zeke, Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady, Myles Garrett. There's a Patrick Peterson. There's guys that are going to probably get cards. We could see some legends, most feared legends. We might see, I don't know. We might see Kelvin Johnson. A lot of people think that could be happening. If that does happen, if we get some really good cards, I guarantee you, come back to this video, write down the time that you're hearing me talk on this video. I guarantee you the prices you're seeing on this spreadsheet are going to go way up. It might be temporary, it might be 24 hours, but that's why I'm hanging on to these cards now, because if the value goes way up, I'm going to sell and take the coin. If the value goes down or just kind of sits where it is now, all I got to do is quick sell them. The value for this 81 Tremaine Edmonds is not going to change next week when it comes to quick selling for bats, but it might change for its coin value based on, what bats are going to be going for. We also might get a blitz promo with these. Typically, every time we see an alternate currency, we got some type of blitz offer. Halloween weekend, maybe we'll see it. I don't think that's going to happen, but just in case, I am definitely prepared. And so that's all I got, man. That's what I got with the market right now is I would invest in cheap training, open up those 250 training point packs, re-roll them. If you get a really good pull, that's amazing. If you don't, hang on to what you have here. You can hang on to your golds too. I'm personally not, but hang on to what you pull out of those and wait till next week to see what happens with the market. And best believe next Saturday we'll be going over whatever the market's doing. If you got any questions about it specifically, down below in the comment section, leave it. I'll try to answer it the best I can. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.